Part 23, Amid the Dawn. This is the final part, so let's see what the ending for this one. Okay. Shortly after the news of Rosetta's victory over the Frost-Hurt Emperor echoed across the battlefield, the palace exploded. In the blast aftermath, the Frost-Hurt Emperor's forces fell into disarray, as though their strings had been severed. As the last of the red aura bled from the sky, the two remaining warlords and ascendant Duryodhana vanished without a trace. With their commanders gone and their armies in chaos, the war finally seemed to be over. I've heard the Frost-Hurt Emperor triggered that explosion himself. On the second day after everything has settled, post-war cleanup is in full swing. Just as you're about to head out on schedule, you find Rosetta waiting outside your door. Together, you arrive here in a silent snow-covered expanse. Then he's dead. After speaking, Rosetta falls silent for a moment, as if paying her respects. When she finally looks up again, the melancholy has lifted from her eyes. Commandant, I think Zack was right about some things, but letting the Arctic Union become that kind of mimetic was far too extreme, no matter how I look at it. You must call this a barren wasteland. I did say that. Seeing beautiful scenery now, it doesn't change what this land is fundamentally is. Even if Zack had won and the Union started conquering the world, how many resources does this place really have for a prolonged war? How far could this so-called power amalgamation really carry the Arctic? My answer is pessimistic. That's why I must stop it, no matter the cost. But if another world hegemon emerged, I won't necessarily oppose it. As long as they don't follow Zack's example. Using force is, of course, distorting people's will. It might sound radical, but I think it's what most people feel. Everyone has their limits. People focus on their own lives first. As for grand ideas of amalgamation, like Zack said, such things could be trusted to mimetics passed down through time. As long as you can ensure these entities have no ill intentions, to me, that would be acceptable. And personally, if such an entity did exist, one part powerful enough to encompass even the Arctic Union and prove what's here, I wouldn't consider that a bad thing. In that case, the Arctic Union might vanish. It wouldn't matter if it vanished, not after all I said. Everyone's been bound by that name for too long. Snow is beautiful, but when it threatens your roof, you clear it away. I'm not denying what our predecessors did. All the wealth given to me remains in my mind, but the world becomes after this. It shouldn't be decided by the wishes of those who came before us, but by the path before ourselves, here and now. My biggest wish is perhaps just to live well, so that if I ever meet those who love me, I can stand tall and tell them, I'm doing well now. With those words, she releases a heavy breath. The long tightened knot in her heart at last coming undone. By the way, Commandant, our scouts found something you should see. You're investigating the sentence, right? Is it about Duryodhana? Possibly. In the old Sophiasburg, we found several newly built installations that resemble base stations. All show high concentration of the punishing virus residue. They're scattered, though. The vehicles can't access the areas, and walking would take too long. So, Commandant, from here, you'll have to ride on my back. You're serious? If you're worried about comfort, I had a saddle specifically made. The craftsman in Garrity would help you recapture the joy of childhood. You had no idea. You had no idea what recapturing the joy of childhood entails here. But Rosetta's earnest expression makes one thing perfectly clear. There's no way out of this ride. Well then. There you are, Kelly. Finally found you. Thank goodness. I was worried you got lured off by strangers again. Come in. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. I know this is Rosetta's chapter, but I can't help it when it comes to Lee. Indeed. When we found you were at the base, we were concerned something had happened. Why do I feel like you two are hinting at something else? Chief, just a report here that requires your attention. The star, Dr. Bear, Lee, known Palma, and Simon, the latter looking distinctly unwell. His face pale. They had just spoken as they rounded the corner, appearing one after another like a precision. At her sudden appearance, Rosetta's face briefly flickers with disappointment. Whether her reaction comes from having her plans disrupted or something else is unclear. In the end, Huey offers a resigned sigh and recites her classic line. It really isn't my lucky day. Oh, Rosetta. Don't worry, I'll come spend time with you. Like, I don't know, when I'm free. So after this war, you believe without just thought, Humanity requires a new form of power to combat the punishing virus. Something like Malkuth? Malkuth may not be complete yet, but its power has already shown us it's possible. Our research into the mind remains in its preliminary stages. Deactivating the filtration Oasia currently presents the most viable option. The combat performance of Diddy has already demonstrated its potential to shift the tide of battle. The resources to activate it again are the least of our worries. When something goes wrong, other people have already set their sights on them. The assault on Babylonia followed the development of its Diddy frame. For Zack, the Frostheart Emperor, and the Ascendant who claims herself as Duryodhana to appear together in the Arctic region. Everything is far too coordinated to be chance. But this project has been shelved for quite some time now. After all these years, as you know, nearly all related research materials were permanently destroyed during the post-pandemic age. For those reasons. What if I could provide you with original documentation from the Golden Age? Oh, who? Oh, the door opens, revealing a woman clad in silver purple. Her metal epaulettes gleam with a cold light with measured steps. Her black heels quick with steady rhythm against the floor, and a faint, knowing smile touches her lips. I believe you're Nervidia, Security Director of the Science Council. Oh, I think it's her chapter next, or Camley. I don't remember. From the program. Nervidia cuts into the conversation with a respectful nod toward the communication screen. The Kartuki radiation zone, once a cradle of humanity's mind research, is now buried under deadly red mist along with countless invaluable documents, all due to the Great Idyllic explosion. According to recent military intelligence, an ascendant has been attempting to reach that mist-veiled city. To speak plainly, President Hazen, you're not the only ones with interest in the fuel trio Oasia. Time, I fear, is running short. Oh my goodness, I'm nervous for the upcoming. In the shadows of the abandoned research facility, metal fragments glint coldly on the dust-covered floor. Nearby, broken experimental fragments coil in the corners like frozen serpents. Should I call you Duryodhana now, Doctor? Can you also rebrand yourself, John Doe? This little hideout of yours, quite the labyrinth. I wander outside for eternity before finding my way in. The heavy, rusted iron door groans open, revealing Duryodhana on the other hand side. Her body is marked by obvious wounds, yet she bears them with an air of utter indifference. So, what did you uncover on your Arctic excursion? You mentioned catching the scent of a superior before you left? Oh wait, I mentioned with Alpha, with the memories and stuff, but maybe we still have that connection. I'm guessing it has to do when she broke the Derek thingy. Maybe it has to do with this because that is like the enemy ascendant of her, you know, in the blue, and that's what I'm guessing. Okay, anyway, I misjudged. Only the faintest trace. Nothing substantive. Even the best of us err occasionally, don't we? Let's avoid quarrels that might breed discord, Duryodhana. How tedious. So what occupies you now? Duryodhana's gaze walks onto the control panel in front of John Doe, immediately catching on a piece of translucent golden amber. Encased within is a sleeping young girl. Her eyelashes dusted with frost. From her chest, transparent tendrils emerge, coiling like thin snakes against the amber's inner walls and still writhing slowly. Oh? This? It carries that same scent. I can manage here. You're injured. Return to that one first, and while you're there, report on FOS's status. Poaching another spray is not our poor form, indeed. Best of luck. If you end up dead in this place, I'll come collect what remains. The two share no real connection. They're merely temporary allies pursuing the same goal. After Duryodhana departs, doesn't even bother to close the door. Cold wind seeps in, scattering dust across the floor. John Doe ignores the open door, his fingers tapping a brief command on the control panel. Immediately, the amber begins to glow. Pale golden tendrils unfurl from its base, creeping silently across the floor and coiling around nearby equipment. A moment later, the girl inside stirs. Her eyelids flutter, then open. What time is it now? Step outside and see for yourself. The wind gusts through the doorway, stirring dust from the floor and rustling the silently encroaching tendrils. There Dickens with an indefinable bounce, as if something else is awakening alongside those tendrils, slowly regaining consciousness. Let's see. Okay, so that was the end of chapter 39, Withering Crown. So we are done. I actually like this one, not gonna lie, even though actually a lot of the parts are actually kind of slow. I don't know if some people actually like this type of chapter, um, but I personally like it, probably because maybe the parts are a little bit slow. But I'm sure some people don't really like this type of stuff, where it's just tag, blah blah blah, and then part, and then done. Because we had, I think, they're similar. I think it was Woods Patch. I wasn't really I didn't really read Woods chapter until like the very end when it was like almost over. So yeah, because I was a little bit burnt out at the time. But anyway, I don't know. But I think some people they don't really like that type of stuff. Personally, for me, I actually enjoyed it. Definitely, there's not really obviously not a lore involving Zeta when her past, but just a little bit, tiny bit with her grandfather. So, still like that little bit of with her grandfather was incorporated there. The war, wow. Oh my gosh, it got me worried. Not gonna lie. And then with Alpha, I didn't expect Alpha to be the one who, I guessing maybe, I don't know. I'm kind of in the middle, since I don't know, with Alpha, but and excited for her chapter. The ending, I wasn't really expecting Zack to commit suicide. To be honest, I didn't really expect him to be the one to just blow himself up with the other ones. So yeah, I kind of knew that Duryodhana was going to live, even though she was in an explosion with Zack. So anyway, yeah, I don't know. I kind of I had that feeling. So, anyway, it's not too bad. It's not too bad, I guess, but I'm kind of used to having, I guess, maybe some more lore based on the past and stuff. We only got a little bit more. It's just lore on, with the past with Arctic Root Union, but I don't know. I feel like we didn't have enough, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. I still really enjoyed it, but obviously, I think I prefer from the current chapter so far for the new, what's it called? Oh, I didn't realize this restarted already. Whoops. Sorry. Okay. Let me see. Where's the story play? Personally, I think my favorite is definitely Teddy so far. Not just saying that because I love Teddy. I mean, I love Alden. I mean, if I were to go with biases, it would obviously be Liv, but we're going by story-wise, So I think Teddy, prefer more because it incorporated a lot of her past into it, with the story, how it kind of affects, with this main story. So I actually really enjoyed it. With Rosetta, I don't know. Kind of wish we got more lore on the Arctic Root and etc. I know we have a little bit with, her side story, I believe, but I don't know. For some reason, I wanted more, but that's just on me. Anyway, so yeah, but that's just it on my thoughts for this chapter. I hope you guys enjoy. I don't even know who's going to be next, or Vantia or Camly, but we'll see. I'm still excited for both. So anyway, yeah, that's it for this chapter. I hope you guys enjoy, and let me know, like I said, in the comments below, if you guys enjoyed this chapter, what your guys' thoughts on this chapter. And let's see your thoughts in there. If you guys want to see more Punishing Grey Raven, I upload the main story and the coding stories, event stories, you name it all. Affection stories, and also voice lines. I upload pretty much all the voice lines except for the voice lines that is unfortunately locked behind the coding, which I actually don't really like that one because obviously most of the codings, there's a lot of codings that's, you have to pay obviously with real money. So yeah, I don't really like that, but it's whatever. It's fine. I'm not bitter on it. Maybe a little bit, but anyway. But yeah, I upload, a lot of the PGR content. I upload on my channel. So if you guys want to see more, please like this whole, all the videos I did of the parts of the chapter 39. And also subscribe if you guys want to see more. I have a Discord server. The link is in my channel bio. And I want to see you guys there so we can discuss PGR and then other games as well. So anyway, like, I will just please join. It's a lot of fun. Anyway, yeah, but that's it for this chapter. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all. Oh, and now obviously you'll continue with the Babylonia stuff. Babylonia stuff, and then I think there's a coding story. I don't remember whose coding story. Oh my goodness, I really need to rewatch the program thing. But anyway, yeah, that's what's just coming up next. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and I will see you guys in the next one. So goodbye, guys.